Welcome back, everyone. Ready to dive into something new today?
Always up for a good deep dive. What are we exploring?
Well, you might not know about it. It's World Students' Day. It's on October 15th.
Okay, sounds straightforward enough. Celebrating students, right?
Yeah, but it's actually got a really fascinating backstory. We're going to find out why this day exists, and it's a lot deeper than just homework and exams.
Oh, I like where this is going. Intrigue me.
So, World Students' Day is actually connected to a pretty remarkable person, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam.
Wait, Dr. Kalam, as in the former president of India.
The very same. But he wasn't just a president. He was a brilliant scientist, a passionate teacher, and a huge advocate for, you guessed it, education.
Right, he was really big on the power of education to transform lives, wasn't he?
Exactly. And that's what makes this connection so interesting. The UN actually chose his birthday, October 15th, for World Students' Day on purpose.
Wow. So they're really trying to carry on his legacy, his values. I'm seeing why this is more than just a school holiday.
It really is. And when you read some of Dr. Kalam's quotes, you understand why his birthday was chosen. He always talked about dreaming big, but he also talked about desire.
Desire.
Yeah, like really believing in your dreams and then putting in the work to make them real. You combine that with the UN's backing, and it becomes pretty clear that World Students' Day is about empowering students to make a difference in the world.
Okay, I'm hooked. So to understand this day, we need to understand Dr. Kalam. Tell me about him.
Well, his life story is incredible. Imagine this. He starts out in this small coastal town in India selling newspapers to help support his family.
Wow, he didn't come from privilege, did he?
Not at all. But even as a young boy, he was fascinated by the sky. He dreamed of reaching for the stars.
And I'm guessing that's not just a metaphor. He went on to have a pretty amazing career, didn't he?
Oh, yeah. He became a leading figure in India's aerospace and defense technology programs. They called him Missile Man for a reason.
Missile Man. Okay, now that's a title. But seriously, his story really highlights the whole idea of potential, doesn't it?
It does. Dr. Kalam shows us that no matter where you come from, with hard work and a good education, you can achieve some pretty incredible things. It really is a remarkable story. But it makes you wonder, how does that translate to education for everyone, not just, the future rocket scientists of the world?
That's the heart of it, isn't it? World Students' Day is about recognizing the right to education for all, no matter their background. Dr. Kalam knew, perhaps more than most, that education could be the key to breaking cycles of poverty and unlocking potential that might otherwise stay hidden.
It's about giving everyone that chance, that opportunity to learn and grow. So it's about access, but it's also, like you were saying earlier, about more than just textbooks, right? There's this whole concept of fostering a scientific temper.
Right. And it's a concept Dr. Kalam championed.
I'll admit, scientific temper, it sounds a bit intimidating. What does that even mean?
Well, at its core, it's about nurturing curiosity. It's encouraging people, and particularly students, to question, to think critically about the world around them.
So looking for solutions, asking why and how can we make things better?
Precisely. It's about applying that problem-solving lens to the world's challenges.
Yeah.
And you're right, the source articles we looked at didn't shy away from connecting those dots.
No, they didn't. Climate change, healthcare, space exploration, these huge topics were all right there.
And that's not by accident. Dr. Kalam saw education as a collective responsibility, a way to equip future generations to tackle these complex, interconnected issues.
It makes you realize today's students, they're not just inheriting these problems, they're inheriting the responsibility to find solutions.
And, for me, what's really beautiful about this whole concept of World Students' Day is that it's not just about pushing boundaries and solving problems. It's about approaching these challenges with heart.
It's true. Dr. Kalam was known for his incredible humility, his genuine kindness, and you see those values reflected in the overall message of the day.
It's a powerful combination, isn't it? Aiming high, dreaming big, but never losing sight of compassion and empathy. It's about making a positive impact.
Okay, so we've talked about access to education, about nurturing a scientific temper, but there was one more connection in the articles that really surprised me, and I'll admit, I was a little skeptical at first.
Ah, you must be talking about the Model UN programs.
Yeah.
I have to say, it's something I find incredibly encouraging about how World Students' Day is celebrated.
That's the one. I mean, on the surface, it seems a little, well, I don't know, almost like playing pretend. Students acting as diplomats, trying to solve global issues.
I can see why you might think that. But bear with me for a moment. Imagine what that experience actually involves.
Yeah.
Students are forced to engage with these complex issues from a variety of perspectives.
And that's where it really hits home, right? I mean, You can read about different points of view, but to really get it, you have to step into someone else's shoes for a bit.
You've got it. And it's not even just about understanding. It's about taking those different perspectives and finding ways to work together. Model UN pushes those collaborative skills, negotiation, reaching compromises, finding some kind of common ground.
Wow, yeah, it's like all these pieces just click into place. These are the same skills that Dr. Kalam embodied and the skills we need for all those global challenges we're facing now.
It's bigger than just the facts, the science, the economics of it all. You need to communicate, find ways to work together to bridge those divides. And that's what's so important about Model UN.
And about Dr. Kalam's legacy, too. It's a call to action for all of us, not just students. It's about making those essential skills, collaboration, critical thinking, global citizenship, like you were saying, not just some extra credit assignment, but essential tools for navigating this crazy, complicated world we're living in.
Exactly. Because honestly, today's students, they aren't just inheriting these problems. They have the potential and increasingly the urgency to really change things for the better. And we need to make sure they have the space to explore these ideas, make their voices heard.
It's like Dr. Kalam said, the ignited mind of the youth is the most powerful resource on Earth, above the Earth, and under the Earth.
Such a powerful statement.
It really makes you think. So as we wrap up our deep dive here, it makes you wonder, if Dr. Kalam were here with us right now, what global challenge would he want students to tackle? And what would they come up with? What amazing out-of-the-box solutions might they find that would surprise us all? Something to think about, right? Maybe we can all find a little inspiration from the incredible potential of students, not just on World Students Day, but every single day.